we were contacted by a club soccer team in North Scottsdale last fall. They decided that they wanted to hold a refugee soccer clinic because 2 of the star kids on their program were from Liberia and they were here as refugees. And the club at large wanted to reach out, and so they held a drive of sorts, so that all the kids who could come to the core soccer event would get soccer balls and uniforms and water bottles and all kinds of things. And most of the items were used, but the refugee kids didn't care. And when it finally came to the day, it was the first week of November last year. It was so hot out. It was still like in the 90s. And we set up the soccer goals, and we set up the cones, and we had all these balls and all this equipment ready to go, and no kids. And we waited and we waited and we waited. And one of the cliches of working with refugees is they're always late because they just don't work by American time. But soon enough, here came 2 vans full of little kids, and they opened the doors. The majority of these children were under the age of 10. The majority had arrived within the last 3 or 4 months. The majority did not speak a single word of English. But when they saw those soccer balls, they knew what they were there for, and they were so excited to play. And all of a sudden, this field was just alive with a dozen different languages, and it was so fun. And the coaches had such a hard time trying to hold the clinic because, as you can imagine, it was like wrangling cats, not to mention the language barriers. But it was such a beautiful day, and the kids were thrilled to be able to go home with a backpack and a ball. And I know that the kids on the soccer team in Scottsdale got a lot out of it too.